It's a beautiful day in my record room, a wonderful day in my record room. Could you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a music filled day in my record room. Just sit right back and listen to that bass boom. Could you be mine? Won't you be mine? I've always wanted a subscriber just like you. I've always wanted to sit and talk with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Let's sit right back, and I'd like to say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my subscriber? Could you be? Would you be? Won't you be my subscriber? Hello, subscribers.
And welcome back. It's the early morning Sunday show. The show that sometimes just never seems to end. You want it to end, but it just seems to keep going. And for some reason, you just keep watching it, waiting for the train wreck to happen. I try to give you a train wreck every week. Maybe this week we'll do it again. So cheers and welcome. I started with probably one of my favorite openings I've ever done. For a while. It was my theme song going on. My very first record room that I have. This is record room number 3 since I've been doing this in 7 years. But I just thought we'd bring back some nostalgia. Better week at work. Definitely things calming down. We're now going. I didn't lose anybody. No, didn't fire anybody. So that's good. I didn't feel like red drum, red drum, red drum. For those of you who've never seen the sun shining, yeah, look in the mirror, then it says murder. When I was reading that book, I read that book, I had the paperback back in the late 70s. And through there, it's saying red drum. I go, what the hell's that little kid saying red drum for? What's that mean? Then later on, oh, that's murder backwards. Oh, sometimes I'm a little slower to pick up on things, but yeah, it was the book. The Shining is much better than the movie. The book is freaking scary. Yeah, it's been kind of wet. We've had a lot of rain. Now in the pool business, rain is actually kind of good. Keeps people out of the pool, keeps you able to fine tune things, get things going better. So that helps. And what's always interesting is when the clouds are coming off the mountains and they kind of go over us, you could see them build into these gigantic storms that then hit the Midwest and everything else, and it's flooding, tornadoes, the whole works. And you just see these thunderheads. They're just building and building, but generally after they go over us. So yeah, it's kind of nice. We just send all this crap out east. They get it all. So yeah, not much otherwise. I said much better. Went to my first visited a record store yesterday for the very first time. So that was in a month. So that's good because otherwise I have nothing coming in, which is fine. You know what? Once in a while, I got plenty to show that I've just. But I got an album someone gave me at Christmas time I haven't shown yet. So yeah, they're you know what? We're just it's a good way to try to catch up. So I am catching up. Long ways to go, but we're catching up on some of these albums, and that's good. Otherwise, we're doing this. It's the early morning. I got to start filming these around 3 a.m. because I go to work at 5. Still working 6 days a week, which I will through the summer, generally 10-hour days or so, and taking Sunday off. So this week we have there's some interesting stuff here. So let's just begin with this. This was recommended to me by Michael Poetry on Plastic, one of those albums he tossed into my hands and says, you need to try this. And the name of the group is Alcest. Alcest. And they are out of France. Now, I don't know if he gave me that because it's just French and maybe there would be a bunch of French words, and he's seen my videos before and he knows my struggle with the French language. Kind of a darky, kind of a, almost like kind of a scary green there, you know. And we have an insert here. What do we got? And it is in French. So we're just going to go with that. Looks like Joan of Arc. Is that guardian angel? Not a guardian angel? I don't know. So we have that, and it looks pretty neat. So Alcest, this is not my typical kind of album, and the reason why is it's labeled as first the group formed in 2000. Would you say that? This is labeled as post-black metal, black gaze, even shoegaze. So there is shoegaze in here. So there is some, but there's black gaze and black metal. All right. So I'm like the anti-black metal kind of guy. You know, what do I want that for? He goes, hey, I think you really like this. And, you know, black metal, basically, it's a genre of heavy metal, but it's known for kind of faster tempos, shrieking vocals, which I really don't like, and heavy distorted guitar. And you do get some of that on here. And this is their 7th album. I mean, they've done 7 albums. I can't remember which one this is. This came out in 2019, and it is considered their most accessible album. Well, thank God for that, because I got it. So I need some accessibility when it comes to black metal. And it was not bad at all. I enjoy this. I can listen to it. Yes, once in a while they shriek, but not a lot. And the sound, it's almost atmospheric at times, with a kind of an uplifting tone. So I did not expect that. I expected more downer type music, but no, it was more uplifting. So I did not feel like red drum when it was all over. So that was good. The vocals at times are very ethereal, and there's just like this moody bass and drum happening as it's playing, and kind of a lush guitar at times, though there is a lot of feedback happening going on. And, you know, for a 3-piece band, there is a lot of stuff happening. There's riffs. In fact, it's kind of riff driven at times, which I thought was different. It's only 6 songs, kind of a dream pop melodic, but with screaming vocals at times. Yes, he does, but they don't do those screaming vocals a lot. You don't hear that a lot. There is, most of the time, it's very good vocalist. I don't know why he has to scream, but it's just the way it is. So, yeah, I got black metal, folks. How about that one? I am going to the dark side, I think. Oh my God, I'm going to have to get some Sunshine Pop coming back into my life. But here we go. Alcest. Good album. Am I going to go back and buy their catalog? I am not going to, but I'm very satisfied with that. That moves us into the very first album from the Hives, Barely Legal. These guys look like a bunch of little kids in this. Look at that. Look how young they look. So the Hives is out of Sweden. This was their debut album that came out in 1997. And as far as, we got some vinyl. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful cherry red? And, they have a song, Automatic Schmuck. That's pretty good. I wonder if that translates in Sweden. King of Ass Kissing is on here. Hail, Hail, Spit and Drool. Up-Tempo, Venomous Poison. I'm the Wicked One. What the Spell, Go to Hell. That's pretty good. And on here we have Nicholas Arson, Holland, Pele Almquist, Chris Dangerous, Dr. Destruction, and Vigilante. So there they all are, lined up, ready to roll. This is fun. It's fun. It's I was excited to see the very first album by the Hives. This is actually more punk than garage rock, you could say. It's like this fusion of garage rock tunes, but it's fueled with punk rock energy and speed. It's different from the other Hives albums you've heard, which are really more garage rock, but these guys come out with a very punkish type attitude. There was no breakthrough hits, but this is just rapid fire assault that just keeps attacking you. And it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's just a wonderful sonic assault with attitude and swagger, which is what you're getting off this thing. And they have cool stage names. What more do you need in life than that? And so, God, just fun stuff. Equally a denunciation of capitalism and communism so far as they discourage man from thinking freely. Barely Legal is one of the most important records that have been released since the war. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. So how could you not have that in your collection? So yeah, the Hives, super to have it. Their debut album, which is recently re-released, I believe. Well, I guess it was. It's net from the Netherlands. This is the first release. This next one's first time released on vinyl. I saw it on someone's channel. Might have been Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame. Brother Kane. I had this CD when it came out. 1993 came out. And it was their debut album. And Brother Kane's out of Birmingham, Alabama. Formed in 90, broke up in 98. And I love this CD. I thought, wow, this stuff is excellent. What a group. Has a very much of a kind of a sherbety, kind of an orange, like an orange sickle pop or something. And we have 4-piece band looking cool out there in the middle of the road, which, really, it's not safe to do that, but, sometimes you just need to look cool, so stand in the middle of the road and look obnoxious or something. So that's we have that. And the Kane Tribe. Okay, just some blah blah about them. So let's talk about Brother Kane. They had on here the single Got No Shame, which shows how great harmonica is in a rock and roll song. Mike Rankin. They just rip it up. It just comes and pulverizes you. The music, it's kind of a blend of country, blues, and hard rock. There's just some great straight-ahead country-tinged rock songs. Back in, I think probably 93, I was asked to come in and guest host on the local radio. I was down in Marshall, Minnesota. I was living there. I was promoting the March of Dimes. I was the captain of that, shall we say. I did that for a number of years. So they asked me to come on. I was promoting that. I said, what, do I get to spin some records? And they go, yeah, bring in a couple CDs. So I brought these in. And one of them was Brother Kane, Got No Shame, because this radio station didn't play this cool stuff. The other one was School of Fish. I brought in that one, and 3 Strange Days. There you go. So yes, I did get to play some of my own music on the radio. It was a good radio station, and they didn't go under because of it. But this is it's the vocalist. Was it Don Johnson, something like that? Dana Johnson. Oh well, I don't remember. He sounds like Chris Robinson. And, you know, it is Southern rock, and he does have kind of a real Chris Robinson feel. This is filled with explosive guitar solos, and again, that voice of his he can hit the high notes, and just comes at you. This is a great 90s rock band um, that just made music that's filled with some really, really great hooks. Good stuff. I was so excited to see that they had released this. And it's his first time on vinyl, because a lot of this good, cool 70s, 90s stuff still is not out there. School of Fish is one that I mentioned. That's a group, their debut. I would really like to get that thing on vinyl, but just not there yet. So some of this good stuff's happening. But for those of you that like your hard rock, Brother Kane is exciting. Maybe I saw this on Steve. A is for Alice, B is for Bob. I don't know. I saw it on someone's channel, and I was just like, immediate order. Brother King. I ain't got no shame. Okay, now the next album is one of those from Final Me Please that I had to get rid of my credit, so I was kind of buying, just trying to spend, and I wound up buying Sun Ra. Now, my friend Dave from local Bandography, he adores Sun Ra. He collects everything Sun Ra. He thinks Sun Ra is the greatest thing. I don't get it. I just, it's free jazz, man. I'm not sure. I don't get him. But I thought, he likes these guys so much, I'm going to buy this. Now, on the bright side, this is considered an accessible album. Look at that. Look at that outfit. Wow. Well, he's from Saturn, so that's why. And there we have him. And let's take a look at the vinyl before we get too far here. And, oh, is that it? They just give you a black vinyl. You know, you'd think this guy's from outer space. We would have had some spacier looking vinyl. That's kind of disappointing. So, Sun Ra, his real name is, he would never admit, he's dead anyway, Herman Poole Blount. Herman Poole Blount. Yeah, I can see why you change it. Herman's not generally a name that's going to get everybody excited. He's from Alabama, born in 1914 and died in 1993. So good long life. Composer, he's a band leader, he's a pianist, he plays the synth, he's a poet. Yeah, he's known for experimental music and his cosmic philosophy. In fact, he is the pioneer of Afrofuturism, just in case you needed to know that. He also is from Saturn, in case you needed to know that. And he's here to a mission to preach peace. I don't get how his music is going to help preach any kind of peace whatsoever, because I just find it annoying as hell. But this one, it's not bad. Okay, I can sit and listen to this, and not feel like I have to kill myself or something. So I did not have to feel like red drum. Yeah. So I think that's a positive on this album. I survived listening to this. It definitely is a free-form type jazz, kind of interplanetary style, I guess we could say. And on here, you know, the Space is the Place is the name of the album. Space is the Place. It's kind of the theme where they keep saying these female singers, and June Tyson's one of them, who has this kind of a real ethereal, she was leading the, what's it called, the Space Ethnic Voices or something. And they just keep space is the place, space is the place, space. I mean, repeating it over and over. But then the music keeps changing where they have these other songs that are blending into the first song. So it starts with the space is the place, and that just kind of keeps going. But then they're putting other songs within that song, and it's confusing as hell whatever they're doing. But it's free jazz, so it's supposed to be confusing, and you're just supposed to say, "This is cool. I get this," because that way, people go, "Wow, hey, that guy really gets music," and but I'm more than happy to say, no, that's not the case whatsoever. Go, what the hell is happening here? But there is accessibility on this album. I will say that there is accessibility. So again, this title cup is going, but during the title cup, it's packed with these interlocking harmonies that are happening. There's a lot of African percussion that comes in, and just these kind of almost manic type synth lines, and the squawking, crazy sax blowing and any other kind of blowing where, are they really playing a note? They're not playing a note, are they? I don't think that's what that is. That's the kind of stuff. And they just keep singing space is the place, space is the place, over and over and over until it's stuck in your head or something. So I have free jazz. I have a few other accessible free jazz albums, but for the most part, I just can't do it. I'm just at that age anymore where I don't want to try to like it. I don't, and I'll just say no, I don't like it, and go on with my life and feel happy about it. But I'll play you some. You might like it, and if so, this is considered an accessible Sun Ra album. So I now have Sun Ra in my collection. Yay. My buddy Mark, Mad for Vinyl. Around Christmas, we trade albums and stuff, and he sent me a package. I had this one. I hadn't gotten it shown yet. I thought, man, I need to show that. This is Black Flag. This is their EP, The Process of Weeding Out. Process of Weeding Out. 4 songs, 3-piece band. This is instrumental. This is like the free jazz of hardcore punk. It's like, what the hell? There is some pretty interesting. I can handle this better than Sun Ra. Now, the Black Flag, they started in 76, broke up in 86. They've come off and on, out of California. And Mark, his channel is Mad for Vinyl. And Mark's a great guy. I've known him now since he's been the VC. We communicate back and forth. Really like him. But Greg Ginn is the founder and songwriter of Black Flag. And and they were one of the very first hardcore bands ever to start. Vinyl Richie's seen Black Flag. A lot of you probably seen Black Flag. I haven't. Well, this EP came out in 1985, I believe. And shall we call it? It's a challenging instrumental album. Okay, it's like the wedding, like punk and jazz decided to get married, and they had a little bit of a classical baby tossed in there. You get all that. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not a typical album that you would think from Black Flag, which you would be expecting. It's I consider like 12-tone experimental music, and it's freeform punk, you could say, or free jazz with punk instrumentation might be a better way of saying it. It is different. When I originally had shown this, when I get VCLT, I always show it, right away to thank him, and then I have to go through and read it and listen to it. And everyone kept saying, "That's one strange album." And side 2, what the hell? And so But Mark's not a Black Flag guy. I do have Black Flag, and I like Black Flag, so I had no problem with this. And it has a weird thing on the cover. So it was very interesting. Is it one that you're going to pull out? Yeah, if you have someone that maybe you want to get rid of, or, or you just want to play obnoxious music, yeah. Sun Ra first, then we'll put this on. We'll have a party going on. Final one. Zydeco. Look at this. This came out in 1988, and there's 2 of these albums put out where they looked at 4 different Zydeco masters. And so on this one, they are it's Buzu Chavez and Nathan and his Zydeco Cha-Chas. Buzu, he's been around a long time, born in 1930, probably dead now. And this was a newer young gun coming up. And Nathan and his Zydeco Cha-Chas. This was recorded at, now that looks like you would say Richards, right? But you would be saying it wrong. It is Richards. So that's at Richards. So all those in England, you have, you all say King Richard. No, that's King Richard. So let's correct pronunciation over there in the UK, will ya? Because that's how you pronounce it. This is just fun. It's fun Zydeco music. I love Zydeco. I think Zydeco's exciting. It's happy. It shows that the accordion is good for something else besides annoying polka music. And this is just a lot of fun stuff. The Nathan and Zydeco Cha-Chas, they do I'm a Man. Now, it doesn't show on here that they're doing it, but it was part of a song, Muddy Waters, I'm a Man. I don't like when they try to go more of the harder blues. I like it when they keep it more of the Creole type music down there, but that's just personal. But yeah, Nathan's Cha-Chas was a cool group. They're very, very nice. And Buzu Chavez, I mean, I have a few of his albums, always good. So this was nice to see. I just saw it out there. It was like $7. It's at a record store where he actually has once in a while brings in that kind of stuff. So I'll grab it. I got more Zydeco to show because it's such cool music, though I don't know how many people show it, but that's okay. I think the accordion scares them, which it's always scared me too. So yeah, good stuff. So there we go. That's what we got for this week. Appreciate it. Feeling much better now. Eating again. Doing things again. You went grocery shopping. So, yeah, stress level's gone down. Is there stress every day? Of course there is. You're running a business. You have a phone. People call in, but we're catching up. It's just fixing things, leaks and stuff like that. But all pools are up and running. 54 pools, folks. 54 pools. So it takes a lot. And I got lots of billing I got to do. I've just now spent days invoicing. So, yeah, no rest for the wicked. But thank you for hanging out. I will have a record store tour next week. I went to, there we go, Solo. Sold Out Records I went to again. They had a brand new store. They just reopened up in March. And so I went in there and I found the album I've been waiting for. I've been looking for 5 years. So, yeah. All right. Have a great week, everyone. And I'll see you next week. Bye.